Hey guys, this is Light, and if you didn't know, there is an upcoming tourney called E7 Masters, which is basically a mini E7 World Cup with a pretty big prize pool. And the qualification for this tourney is based on the most recent ladder ranking actually, which is pretty insane. We haven't had this kind of qualification since like 2022, I think, and a lot of people got banned over some like weird stuff. But yeah, that's pretty exciting. And basically, if you are in top 16 in your group and you accept like the in-game invitation, like you're just in it, which is really cool. And the groups were divided into like global and EU, and among that I believe I was ranked like 14 or 15. And then the other group is like the Asia servers, like Asia, Korea, Japan. So like top 16 from global and EU, and then top 16 from the other servers, basically. And like this tourney, it's it's like early March, right? This tourney doesn't start until for like another entire month, and then it drags on until the end of May. So like this is gonna be pretty exciting. Basically, there'll be something interesting weekly, and yeah. Interestingly enough, they're splitting the players up, which means like I won't be fighting people in just global and EU. I think they're actually mixing up all the servers with this group draw thing, which is very exciting. And I believe there's gonna be like 8 groups or whatever. Yeah, that's exciting, and like big prize pool of course, and rank 1 and 2 get a seed in the actual E7 World Cup. And yeah, first stage and top 2 from each group. And this is probably single elimination, and then the top 8 is double elimination, just like E7 World Cup and yada yada. It's literally the same format, just with like less players. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty exciting. And besides that, I also have an account review for this season, and honestly, I haven't ended Legend in like in like 2 seasons. Let me see. When's the last time I ended Legend? I kind of stopped caring about this game. I'm not gonna lie. um, so let's see. Let's see. So, oh wait, I didn't. I ended Emperor. Oh, this was the first season Ruel was a thing. Ruel made me rage quit this game. I'm not gonna lie. Ruel was actually the most boring thing I have ever experienced, and she almost made me quit this season too. But then I wanted to play an E7 Master, so I couldn't just quit. And then this season was during E7 World Cup, and I was too busy practicing, I think. Yeah, this is when CZN came out. Or was it? I don't remember. No, this was during E7 World Cup. I was too busy to play. But yeah, wow, it's been a minute. But yeah, and then hey, sorry, let's get into the account review. So this season, I'm sure you know the deal already. Yada yada, Reviver is OP. Yada yada, Speed is OP. Just race people with like 320 Bryceria. Yada yada. Well, I couldn't do that. This season was pretty miserable. I think like I just slammed games and prayed that I don't queue into some insanely fast cleavers. I'll just go through the units based on speed. I went from picking Renek every single game to picking Renek maybe like I think like 20% of my games, because this is like Emperor speed. If I pick this Renek too much, I'm just gonna lose from getting outsped by like Bryceria and Poly, and that's not pretty. Like, and like this pursuit set's pretty banger, right? Like Pursuit Renek is definitely like absolutely insane this season, but it doesn't matter if you get outsped. That's just how it is. But yeah, Renek, definitely my my favorite unit this season. Too bad I couldn't really play her much towards the end. Um, I have a Bryceria geared. I don't cleave with this on 3 because it's too slow. Like I get raced by anyone, I'm heckin' dead. But I would pick this Bryceria last if I had free run on 3 to like cleave turn 2 players. That's about it. Same thing with this Ahmed. She's like just fast enough to outspeed Fire Sigrid and cleave turn 2 players with as like a last pick. Peyra was a horrible unit this season. And before you tell me that KJ played Emo Peyra, well, I don't care, man. If you have a 320 Emo Peyra, you can do whatever you want. I geared Festive Ada like this to kinda try to deal with Bryceria cleavers. It didn't work out too well though. But Fire Ada was still a pretty solid unit overall. Cause like she's one of the only units that can kind of deal with free run. And then I was this Fumir geared in case I would play free run on 3, which is pretty much like the most popular draft towards the end. It was just like slam revivers and then put free run on 3 and just revive her until the other person is dead. It was a very simple and effective way to play. Sigris, whatever. This is like my fastest effectiveness gear. It's like close to 250 effectiveness with like close to 300 speed. Nothing too crazy. I would never pick this unless I'm getting Zeo cleaved. Emerald Poly is basically unplayable if you're slow. And I built this like flag Yuha to to like bridge with my Zeo, but Zeo ended up being unplayable. And like I feel like this speed was kind of whatever. But also it's pretty funny if I outspeed stuff like Cigarette and like Yellow Tenebria with this. But I actually really like this build. Like this also makes her a damage dealer. Because like I have a decent amount of effectiveness to tag people. But yeah, but best thing about this build is that like I can bridge her with like Renek or Zeo, and then she'll push like my Ross Rebellion, and then she'll naturally outspeed some really annoying things that would otherwise kill me. But yeah, nothing crazy. I never played Luna. This unit was basically useless. MOSU had like a horrible fall off. Because like this unit is weak to Setsuka, and then they made Assyria, who is basically a second Setsuka. So if you picked Emoshu, you're basically you're basically inting. Emolua, don't care about this unit. It's just a last pick debuffer sometimes when I have free run. I played skills whenever I could, but and she was banned like almost every single time. Like you'll probably get to play her like 10% of your games if you leave her up as first pick. But yeah, she's pretty much still the strongest unit, unfortunately. I had 280 Elena to try to deal with Bryceria cleavers. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out. Because like she has plenty of counterplay like 290 strays, etc. I didn't play Emerald Ball, it was pretty bad. I picked Acades against stupid Zeo cleavers sometimes, but it wasn't that good. Never picked Aki because like people don't really. It's hard to find someone who actually died to this unit. Sometimes pick this with my Zeo, sometimes pick this with my Zeo. Although I tried to avoid Zeo as much as possible because Zeo was a complete dog. Like Zeo had like a horrible fall off after Assyria was released, because basically Assyria gives the other person a 40% chance to automatically win the game, but if they don't counterattack on turn 1, they're dead. And like 40% win rate on top of like getting 15% and all the other bad things that could happen to Zeo just makes him so bad. Yeah, and then I never played Celine. This unit also had a pretty big fall off because like she could get RNG to death too easily. And yeah, pretty whatever unless you were a cleaver. Didn't play this unit, didn't play this unit. Didn't really play this unit either. Cause like Renat can just pass her buttons. Nope, nope. I played Robin a little bit with my Renat cleave. It was pretty funny for a little bit. But nothing special. I built a damage fallen Cecilia that I was trying to like cleave people with Renak. It worked a little bit, but it wasn't as consistent as I would like it to be. I tried not to pick this white Tenebria unit because like if you given average RNG, you will absolutely destroy turn 2 players with her. But turn 2 players decided that the best thing to do was to just 15% every single debuff. Just leave up stuff like Tenebria and just 15% everything. So I didn't really like that, so I tried to never pick this unit. Which is very sad. Veronica. So Gale's plus protection set Veronica was the tech against Rand Cleavers last season. Basically, if you have Veronica plus a plus scales, Rand cannot break your barrier, therefore he cannot debuff you, and then you cut, and then you stop their DN from playing, and then GG you win. And Maid Chloe, I have my Maid Chloe very tanky. Because I feel like Maid Chloe is extremely vulnerable compared to like Ruel. Because Ruel has 2 lives that you can't really do much about. But Maid Chloe, you can just straight up kill her. So I made my maid as tanky as possible with really high HP. So that like I can survive things if things like go wrong. Like for example, if I need her to survive getting Ross S3'd after getting S2'd, this nearly does it. If I have mitigation, she'll definitely survive. So yeah, I prefer the tanky Maid Chloe build rather than the healing one and the ER one. And I have this Emo Sharon on Pursuit to combo with my Renak, but it was a pretty rare pick unfortunately because I didn't play Renak much anymore. Solitaria. I built this thing crit because I fought a Celine and then my Solitaria couldn't kill the Celine. So I got mad and gave her crit. Didn't play this because I didn't play Luna. Didn't play this. My Bellion's pretty nice. I have a decent amount of effectiveness and pursuit set and speed. This is definitely the highlight of the time I spent farming pursuit, but unfortunately, it's not that crazy or anything. I definitely think the pursuit is way better than like normal Bellion though. Like the damage difference is definitely noticeable. And of course, like I only play this like Bellion with like Yuhar and stuff, so like you don't need to be counter. If you're playing like Superhuman Bellion, mostly speed is better for lapping people. And here's my Ruel. It's pretty standard. Actually, she's on the squishy side, but that's because like I like having more HP. But also, I think Reversal Ruel is 10 times better. Cause like self CR pushing like yourself by 100 is pretty crazy. Cause like what if they debuff you and then right after you take a turn they kill you, and then like there's like a slight window to die. But besides that, you know, pretty very standard build. Let's see anything else. I have a Warfare Hecate. Uh, she's pretty whatever. He's basically unplayable if you're slower than the other person because they're just gonna kill you first. Like the amount of people I killed, like people would pick Hecate into me, right? When I have double reviver, and then my free roamer would just one shot their Hecate. Cause like they couldn't kill me fast enough, and like that's kind of sad. Landy was a horrible unit this season. I ungeared and re-geared this unit like 5 times, but she never did anything. I only picked Firefly in Heart City games. I think I took her gear for like Bologna or something. Um, I had a Bruiser Milim geared in case anyone picked a Landy, but they stopped picking her probably because she was garbage. I had a Fern I never played. I never played this Tori. I had a high ER Arcades just in case I was getting like debuff cheese or whatever. Wow, is that it? I had a Saria that I picked with Renex sometimes. I think I made her gear worse though. Oh my goodness, is that it? I feel like I barely played any other units this season. Every time I picked like this Dark Arya unit, I was like vastly disappointed. Like I tried immunity, I tried high damage, but she just did not do enough. I picked Lionheart a lot. My Lionheart is max damage, so I can just murder people. Because like the thing about Lionheart against like units like Setsuka and Assyria is that you need to kill them immediately. If you let them live more than a turn or two, they'll probably kill you. So I maxed out my damage, and the only thing that matters is the first turn. Christie's a pretty standard build, 300 ER. Ross had a huge. I feel like Ross had a huge fall off for me because I ended up just playing Freeren, and Freeren has a positive matchup into Ross. So yeah, nothing crazy. I had a Warfare Dark Quarters that killed some Heart City players. That's about it though. And a very generic more that I would pick into stupid like Assyria pickers. But yeah, that's about it. I had a second Ilinab with speed set, but she ended up being useless, so I just I never used more than my Aureus Ilinab. Um Never used this Yuffie either, to be honest. LK sucked. I actually took gear from him too. Green Celine, I took gear from her after she lost me a game, I think. um, yeah, pretty whatever. I picked MOK run sometimes if I had free run 3, but it was pretty rare. I had a second Yuha that I ended up never using. I like this cheesy young Senya who has a whole lot of ER so that I could resist like DN and stuff. And by resist I mean like DN would like and she like was sober and then DN procs and they think they would strip her but then they don't. And that was one of my cheeses. A very standard Destro City. Had a BBK I could never play. Wow, that's kind of it. I really did not pick many units. I had like a protection set Yuffie that ended up being useless. The arm is useless. Had my Assyria. She's pretty whatever. I think immunity is better, but I was too lazy to change her gear, and I rarely picked her anyway. Oh, yeah, I have my Setsuka. She's very standard, although I think speed might be better. But no, actually no. The real thing is my Setsuka needs more attack or something. Cause like whenever my Setsuka procs her S2, things don't always die. So I guess I don't have enough damage. I guess like I need like attack percent on this boot instead of stupid defense percent. But yeah, Setsuka was pretty good this season. just because she had a pretty favorable matchup against Asaria. I think people like severely overrated Emma Asaria. Like for some reason people would prioritize her over Setsuka, fight Setsuka and then die. Like it's pretty bad. And then Hwa Young I have her on attack boot so that she has just enough damage to one tap Ross with her non-soberness 3. That's about it. Nothing crazy. I had a protection set of Runka that I ended up ungearing because I never picked it. And then every time I picked it, I wish I was on Rocket Punch instead. Here's my Ilona. It's very standard. You have a Rocket Punch, Runka, also very standard. I made mine more HP so she wouldn't get one shot by Renek, basically. And, oh, that is about it for my account review. Oh, I really did not have that. Oh, wait, no, there's one unit. Here's my Frieren that I spammed. This is probably the best geared unit I have. Like, free gear, free gear, free gear, free gear. Yeah, let's go. I spammed this, the last few days with revivers, basically, and it was really good. And the reason she's not favorited is because free run crashes my game if she S2s too much. So I like put her in storage so I wouldn't pick her, but then I just brought her out and like I bit the bullet, hope I wouldn't crash. But yeah, that is it for my account review. To be honest, I feel like I only played like 10 units at most the last few days. Like the variety really wasn't there. So yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.